Okay, let's call the meeting to order. Here, what we should do is do roll call next.
Vera Kresvik here.
Kathleen Richard here.
Gary Grosvenor here. Let's say the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I apologize to everyone for being late. It's not my normal style.
Yeah.
In the wrong place at the right time. We need approval of our minutes from our May meeting. Is there a motion to do so?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
We made in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Need our voucher list approved.
Motion to approve vouchers?
Second.
We made in second. And all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay, we're going to have a report on the water system performance.
Things are busy. We did this week take delivery of 340 meters, residential meters, actually more than that. So there had been talk of tariffs early in the year, so I got the order in, and they came rather way sooner than we were promised them. So we'll probably have one more order yet this year, just to see where we're at.
These are new residential meters?
Replacement.
Replacement.
And new installs.
You know how much they were?
Total bill was 90-some thousand.
Thank you.
Which will show up on next month's report.
May I ask a question?
Sorry. Yes.
Sorry. This is actually with respect to last month's vouchers. There was a bank fee that was noted. Could we just get clarification on that, please? Because we discussed it was possible credit card or...
Yes. So the bank fees that are on your voucher list are from U.S. Bank. And what that is we have a lockbox at the post office. And so every person that sends in their utility bill in the mail, it gets sent to this lockbox. And U.S. Bank posts them and processes the payments for us so that we don't have to, and applies them to utility bills. So that's what that payment is for.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do anything else?
I will say we had to replace 2 days after our last meeting a 12-inch water main valve and an 8-inch valve. So if we stay on this direction, we may need a budget amendment before the end of the year. So, yeah, hopefully the main breaks take a break on us, and they're costly. So,
Is that mainly just due to age?
here again, it was rusted bolts, and those were installed in 1991.
Bolts again.
Which is not promising. It was a different neighborhood, so now we have. Yeah, it's probably going to be an ongoing thing, and I was hoping to maybe do some other ones preemptively before but I'm not in a position right now with the budget to take on unnecessary work per se. So.
Where is that at?
This was off of Lake Point,
Lake
At
Point
the
Court.
school?
yeah,
The ECC and the middle school?
behind that, yeah. So yeah, like right behind. So it's just another area we're going to have to watch and try to get ahead of. But yeah, it's just they weren't stainless steel bolts in that era, and it's disintegrate, and eventually the one was leaking. We went to turn it off with the other one, and that whole one fell apart.
So would you know everything that doesn't have stainless steel bolts in it?
I mean, we could say easily now, probably 1995
And we
and
started
older, but that's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of growth in those days, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the business park.
Yeah.
Greatest business park ever.
So,
And Franklin was, during that time, fastest growing city for almost 20 years or around 20 years.
So there's nothing proactive you can do. It's got to be reactive because they can't afford to start digging these things up and switch them out.
right.
So, but it's still, if it lasts 34 years, it's pretty good. I mean, we can argue whatever we want to argue, but some last 34 years is pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, the pipe is fine, the installation's fine, it's just the material that got used and,
Which was correct at that time.
well,
The only,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
obviously,
it
stainless is
wasn't,
not an option.
it wasn't as prevalent as they were learning then. I mean, there might be something in 30 years, people are saying, well, why didn't they do, we didn't know. I mean, hopefully we're doing what's right to last.
Well, I just wanted to clarify,
But
it wasn't in contractor's fault.
No.
Yeah.
it's just the material that you got. We'll, they come up, we'll do them. If we have some money towards the end of the year, we'll maybe try to take one or two. Just have to see.
Or hold money in reserve for the next spring.
That's an option too, or put more money in for next year.
Anything else?
May I ask, could we get a sort of a breakdown, came up in the meeting, when will the water tower be online, and just like a,
You want to do that as the next?
that's up to you.
We can do that with the next
Okay.
Next item. A. Lower Lane Water Tower and Water Main Project update.
We had a meeting last week. Mike and I with the engineer, we found out that our resident engineer on the project is no longer with the company, so we've been assigned a new engineer.
Are you talking about Apply Tech?
Yeah.
Bill is no.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I think things are going to transition smoothly with who's been delegated to see it through. We're given a date, possibly online. It should be online by the end of November. Won't see much out there till towards the end of July. Roughly, we're given July 23rd. They'll be back to start prepping to raise the tank. They'll try to give us a 3-day window. For the best estimate, they have one specific person that tells them when they can lift it in a certain time window, and it could be a Sunday, it could be a Saturday, but when the weather's right, and then they need 3 days to get it up. It's a concrete collar poured, the whole block the bowl in up at the top, and so it's wind, weather specific, and so. But yeah, probably, hopefully the end of November it'll be in service.
So I have a question. Might be for both of you. So since we had all of those issues with costs and Applied Technology saying that they were going to reach out to the contractors and potentially take on the costs for some errors, I mean, is that still going to happen if
That's
Bill's no
resolved.
longer
That's been resolved already.
has it
I
been?
don't know, well, we're still gonna have a change order coming.
But it's not going to be for the error in
No.
the supplies ordered.
That,
Oh,
that we
no,
that
that-
no,
that
that
was
was,
negotiated.
yeah, that was
Okay.
contract C, should have handled that, yeah, so. They've been notified to, hopefully by July, we'll have a change order for the whole issue that happened on the first contract. Push things forward. But there won't be any cell antennas on this tower. So, yeah, so between now and July, next meeting, there'll probably be nothing on there. We're just waiting for them to come.
How much is it gonna weigh when the water's in it? Do you have any idea?
million gallons of water plus a lot of steel. I don't.
Well, yeah,
I can ask them. I'm sure they
sitting
know
on a
that.
concrete foundation.
Yeah,
Excuse me, not a foundation, but
pedestal.
I thought you had to do something with reinforced concrete so it could sit on it. Or is it all ready to go?
Yeah, it's
You
yeah.
just have to set it on what's up there now?
Yeah, put it up there and then they pour a concrete ring in there once it's up. That locks it all. The top bowl in place.
Last, there was just one question. Is the potential Pops General project can be served by the new tower, or will be served by one of our other?
I believe that'll be served by the new tower. The west zone, Drexel Tower.
Any other questions? Next is our water loss.
Danielle was unable to get the first order
Financial.
financials
Yeah.
together, but I did go through some of our like rough data that I could, and I think there's still 60 million in the first quarter that's
Unaccounted for?
unaccounted for. Some of that will be, I didn't pull out like what we claim as lost water, flushing, or main breaks, so, but it's still going to be, so we're reading meters on Monday and Tuesday, and then after that, we're going to dive hard into, is this a meter issue? Are there meters not? We do have a company coming in to test our bigger meters. We're not set up to do that, so some haven't been done in some time, so we see some errors there. If the number is really that high, and this was January, February, March, it would have to come to the surface. Like if there were mains leak, like we would see that much water somewhere. So
We haven't
That's-
gotten a copy of the PSC report, but we did have to file it for 2024 by May 1st. So I'm not sure what the percentage for what's what.
already 6,
Yeah.
It's I got the first I looked at the meter data that Oak Creek gave me to like what we look at on our system, and those are like, so I know what I'm looking at every day matches what their meters are telling us, which should, because that's what we're looking at, and then just looked off of what Sherry had for total billed customers, kind of come up with the missing number. Yeah, we're just gonna go after it.
And then water break.
Yeah, I mean, we had lost water, which I didn't kind of take out. So, I mean, that gets sent to finance every month. So, 60 million gallons.
Yeah, not from that. It's not all.
No. So,
And have we budgeted anything to deal with potential looking for water loss?
we did that study. We did the 75,000 last year. I was able to get a new listener. I'm hoping at least get someone out to kind of hit those hot areas. Just do some list, even if it's on hydrants. It's just we're still short 2 people, and with our daily load plus the other things that pop up, it's hopefully in July we're going to have somebody starting. But it's on the list to try to get somebody at least hit some of these areas again and see if we hear anything on our own.
Okay, next item, public water supply to the village of Raymond. Board may enter closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute 19.5(1)(e) to deliberate upon terms and provisions of the city of Franklin potential provision of public water supply to the village of Raymond. Potential negotiation of terms in relation thereto, including but not limited to potential agreement terms for the provision of the public water supply and potential agreement terms in relation to the public infrastructure work to provide such public water supply and the investing of public funds in governmental actions in relation place thereafter to act upon such matters discussed wherein it is appropriate. Is there a motion to do so?
I'll make the motion. Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye. Aye. What was that little famous thing we're supposed to do here?
Potential motion, a motion to proceed as discussed in closed session.
Make the motion.
We have a
Second.
motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Now we got a big decision here. We need adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, is there a
Second.
second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Motion carried. Thanks for your help and thanks for being patient.